Ray Dalio built the world's largest hedge fund by doing one thing most people refuse to do. He wrote down every mistake he ever made, turned it into a rule, and then followed that rule without emotion. That single habit compounded into Bridgewater Associates, managing over $150 billion. And the book he wrote about it, Principles, might be the most ruthlessly practical manual for decision-making ever published. The single biggest idea in the whole book is this: pain plus reflection equals progress. Dalio calls it his most important formula. Not pain plus time. Not pain plus motivation. Reflection. Every loss, every bad trade, every failed prediction is just raw data, unless you stop and extract the lesson. Most people feel the pain and move on. Dalio felt the pain, wrote a principle, and never made the same mistake twice. Here's lesson 1. Embrace radical open-mindedness. In 1982, Dalio publicly predicted a depression following the Mexican debt crisis. He was dead wrong. Markets rallied. He almost lost everything. Instead of doubling down or hiding, he hunted for the smartest people who disagreed with him and asked them to destroy his thinking. That humility saved him. He called it thoughtful disagreement, and it became a core operating system at Bridgewater. Lesson 2. Design your life like a machine. Dalio says you are both the designer and the worker inside your own system. The designer's job is to look at outcomes objectively and tweak the machine. Most people are too deep in the worker role to ever step back. When a trade blows up, the worker panics, but the designer asks which part of the process failed and fixes it. Lesson 3. Be radically transparent. At Bridgewater, meetings are recorded. Disagreements are surfaced out loud, not buried in Slack. It sounds uncomfortable, and it is, but the cost of uncomfortable truth is always lower than the cost of comfortable silence. Think about how many bad positions you've held too long because nobody around you told you the truth. Lesson 4. Know your own nature. Dalio is obsessed with understanding how people think. He mapped his own cognitive strengths and weaknesses, then built a team to cover his blind spots. He wasn't the best at details, so he hired people who were obsessed with them. Self-awareness here isn't therapy, it's leverage. Lesson 5. Prioritize second and third-order consequences. The first-order consequence of avoiding pain is comfort. The second-order consequence is stagnation. Every discipline that feels hard in the short term pays a compounding dividend. That's not philosophy. That's the mechanism behind every asymmetric outcome in markets and in life. The through line in every single one of these lessons is systems over impulse, rules over reactions. That's the edge Dalio built over 5 decades, and it's the same edge serious traders are building right now. Vishmaster automates exactly this at Vishmaster.live.